Hey guys, it's Kelsey Raker, Cats and Camera, and today I'm doing a video that was chosen by one of the winners on my Q&A giveaway type deal, and that was Devon Munn. So Devon got to choose a few videos that I'm going to be doing, and today is one of them days, and that is books by non-UK/US authors. Now first of all, just going to throw it out there, I am not any sort of knowledgeable person on books not by US or UK people, but I do have a select few. I'm not saying these are better than all the other books ever published foreignly, but I'm saying that these are some that I enjoyed and I'm sharing that to you. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to be talking about two non-fiction books. Both of these were written by Norwegian authors, and if you've been here a while, you've probably heard of these, but you know, let me just talk about them anyway. So first up, One of Us by, this is 100% definitely the wrong pronunciation, Asne Seerstad. That's wrong, but that's what it looks like, so I'm gonna go with that. So yeah, basically this is about the massacre that happened in 2011 in Norway by Anders Breivik. Basically he set a bomb near the parliamental place in Oslo. Then he travelled to Utøya, which is one of the fjord islands, which was holding a young person's left political type camp, and killed a lot of people under the age of 18. And yeah, this was really harrowing. It made me cry a lot talking about it. In my wrap up when I first read this, I cried for like 7 minutes when I was talking about it. It's very heavy. It's very descriptive of what happens, so if you can't read about that, then definitely stay away from this, because it's very clinical about where the bullets went and how people were killed. And it's just amazing. It's an amazing book if you are interested at all in true crime, in real life things happening. The thing that I loved the most about this book was that a lot of it was told from the perspectives of the people who were the victims as well as the murderer that did it. So we're not just following him and hyping him up and giving him all the credit and all of the popularity and the fame. It's about the people that it happened to, and it goes into their childhood, when they were younger, they're growing up, their family life, so you get to know the people that it happened to, and then some of them died and some of them didn't. So it's very much connecting with the victims and not just with the killer, which a lot of books or documentaries or whatever do when they're talking about true crime. They put too much emphasis on the person that did it and not enough on the victims, and that's why I love this book so much. And don't worry, the second one is not that heavy. The next one is The Kon-Tiki Expedition by Thor Heyerdahl, or just all of Thor Heyerdahl's books. He had The Kon-Tiki Expedition, The Rara Expedition, and The Tigris. I've not read The Tigris yet, but I know all about this because I went to the museum in Oslo twice because I loved it so much. So yeah, this book and the others just follow the expeditions. Thor was an explorer and he did a lot of sea travel and proving that certain people originated from other places that people didn't believe to begin with because they're so far apart, and build a raft, go across the ocean and prove that migration theory is correct. Just extremely interesting if you're interested in sea travel, in boats, in culture. And yeah, if you're ever in Oslo, definitely visit the Kon-Tiki Museum because it's great. Next up, sticking with the Norwegian authors because why not, I have Fjord Blue by Nina Rossing. This is my favourite Nina Rossing book. I also really enjoyed Supermassive, but I'm just gonna throw this one out first instead. And basically this is a gay contemporary where an American kid does something bad and then he is sent to his grandparents in Norway on a farm, and he has to work on the farm, and then there's a farm worker there and things happen between them two, and yeah, it was good. I liked it. It was set in Norway, so I just love the visual of Norway in general, so of course I was going to enjoy this. If you want a YA Brokeback Mountain, I guess this would work. Next up we have Stag's Run by Zaya Felle. I thought I would stick in the similar sort of place. So Zaya is from Denmark. This is a book that I read last month. I have the next book in the series as well, and I did enjoy it, so there you go. Obviously I enjoyed it. I wouldn't be recommending you a book that I thought was terrible. So yeah, Stag's Run is about this guy who is the bastard son of the Queen, but she died, so he's with the royal family. And then one of their rival nations kills off the king and his brother, and basically tells everybody that he was the one that killed them, so he has to go on the run with a slave. But yeah, this was a fun book. The first one is very slow burn. It's an enemies to lovers. There's no romance in the first book, so if that's what you're after, it's not gonna happen. But it is a slow burn, gay, fantasy type thing, trying to prove that he's innocent and he didn't kill his brother and his stepdad, the king and prince. And plus the cover is really pretty, so that's the thing. Next up, again, sticking in a similar sort of place, that a bit of Europe, we have Last Winter's Snow by Hans M. Hershey. So Hans M. Hershey is from Switzerland, but this book is set in Sweden, so I guess double the non-UK/US vibes. And this is a story that spans about 30 years in the relationship of these two guys that are in Sweden. One of them is just a regular Swedish guy, one of them is a Sami, who are the native people of Sweden and Norway and Russia, that sort of area anyway. And yeah, this follows those two guys in a relationship, and it explains through 30 years the AIDS crisis, how people treat LGBT people, marriage equality, all that sort of business. Just it's interesting if you want to see a whole cross-section of time and politics to do with LGBT people, then this is a good book for you to check out. And on the topic of Sweden, we have, boom, Let the Right One In by John Ajvide Lindqvist, which is definitely 100% pronounced wrong like the first book was, but let it slide, okay? First of all, let me just quickly throw it out there that I hate this cover. Even though in general I don't care about books matching, about covers, about how books look, but there's an exception when they're terrible movie covers. And I'm just going to be that guy. I read this book before this movie came out, but I borrowed it from a friend, and then I saw this in a charity shop and then bought it, even though I hate the cover. And also that this version was terrible. Well, it wasn't really terrible, it was just exactly the same as the first original Swedish film, so what was the point in doing it? Just worse. This video is not about book adaptations, but spoilers, I am doing a video about book adaptations that I've been watching recently, so head back for that. So yeah, Let the Right One In is about a vampire, it's about kids, it's just a really great book, you should read it. If you are triggered by rape scenes, then don't read it. I don't think anybody talks about this, but in the book there's a pretty aggressive visual rape scene, so don't read it if you don't want to read about that. But also, I always forget to put this in my LGBT books videos when I did all the LGBT books I own video. I forgot to talk about this, but if you haven't read it, one of the main characters, Eli, Ellie, who knows, is genderless. Both/all of the genders? Don't know. Apparently in the original there is a Swedish word that is genderless or gender neutral, but then you can't translate that in English, so I think they use she and he in the book. And in the original film, the person playing Eli/Ellie is very androgynous, so you kind of get them vibes, but in the American remake it doesn't. But yeah, kids, vampires, blood, crazy cat scenes, Let the Right One In. And last but not least, let's move away from Europe. Boom, Japan, Death Note. Obviously read this, it's great. It's about death demons, I can't remember the word, but they're not called demons, they're called something else. Oh god, not demons, god. Death gods. If you get the Death Note, you can write people's names in it and kill them, all that jazz. Great book, everybody's more intelligent than any character written by a Westerner ever. And yeah, these teenagers will blow your mind about how intricate and how second, third, fourth guessing they are at everybody else's moves. Great series. So yes, there we go. Those were some books by non-US/UK authors. Hopefully there's something there that you haven't read yet and sounds interesting. Again, just want to throw it out there, I am in no way any sort of connoisseur of foreign language books, but those were some that I enjoyed. So yeah, let me know down below what are some of your favourite books written by non-US/UK authors, or if you've read any of them, let me know. If this is your first video by me you enjoy it, please check out some of my others, and if you continue to enjoy it, then please subscribe, that'd be awesome. Anyway guys, I will see you in a few days with another video.